to Knitting in Our Jeans.
That's right.
I'm Elizabeth.
And I'm Carolyn.
And I'm Toolizzforyou on Instagram and Ravelry, which is TOOLIZZFORYOU. And you are?
cpredmor at, forget the at.
She's about to give you her email.
Yeah, really, the one I don't check.
Yeah.
At Ravelry and Instagram. Twitter too, but I don't tweet anybody, so, ignore that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're glad you're back. And my hair is a mess because we've been up to Poughkeepsie today and back again.
We did.
Yes.
My friend who we went to visit last time needed some help putting together.
We didn't film anything.
I know we didn't.
We really have to work at this.
Oh, wow.
Vlogmas is passing us by. Have you noticed?
It's just not happening.
Maybe
I still
next
haven't
year.
Edited together the 2 trips we made in November, so.
Well, I'm thinking that maybe once I can learn editing, maybe we can do an advent calendar for next year.
Maybe, yeah.
That would be fun.
That would be fun.
Because we've been talking all over Advent. This is the...
Yes.
For those of you who are of the Christian faith, you know that this is the second Sunday of Advent. And so the second Advent candle will have been lit. And we will talk at some point about Advent calendars because they're topical for today.
Yes,
Yes.
I don't have one yet, which is very
Sad,
unfortunate.
but we did. So our friend Cassie up in Poughkeepsie, we brought her an Advent calendar, and it was a special kind.
It was of the Ciate nail polish, which is a British company that sells out of Sephora now.
Yes.
But they're known for their nail polish. Advent calendars, and Cassie and I both follow some British beauty vloggers, so I knew of it from years past, and I knew that she followed them, so I was like, oh, well, why don't we get her one of those instead of, or in conjunction with, or just by itself, a chocolate one, because it'd be fun and different, because
we've been gotten her a chocolate one before.
We have, and we've gotten her different chocolate ones before. We try and get her a different kind of chocolate one every year.
My honey spoon stuck to the bottom.
Oh no, pull hard.
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
Tragedy averted. I've got a honey spoon in my tea, one that we had gotten down in Alexandria last weekend. And,
if you leave them in for too, stable or stagnant for too long, they tend to stick to the bottom, but that's okay.
For those of you who wonder what I'm talking about, it is basically a lollipop of honey on a really pretty wooden stick, and it's a great stirrer. And so obviously I'm waiting for my tea to dissolve my honey. So anyway.
So we got her the nail polish one.
And the nail polish remover.
Yes, because that is very important for the whole nail polish doing process.
Yes.
So she opened the first 4 today when we were up there visiting her, helping her put together her bookshelves, and they were beautiful colors.
Because it is December 4th.
Because Advent's really early this year. Usually, first week of Advent isn't the first week of is it before Thanksgiving?
Advent calendars always start on December 1st.
First candle of Advent. First week of Advent usually isn't before Thanksgiving.
It wasn't before Thanksgiving.
It was the Sunday of Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm getting all sorts of confused.
We didn't go to church last week because we were still in process of doing things around our usual Thanksgiving, which is dental convention.
And recovery.
Yes.
Grandpa
was doing a lot of recovery. But
yes,
anyway.
Be that as it may.
Be that as it may.
So today is the 4th, so she got to open the first 4, which was really fun, and she really liked it, which is great.
Yeah, she was really happy.
She was.
There were some colors already that were really good for work. There was a really kind of
peachy,
shimmery, peachy one.
Yeah.
The first one was a shimmery kind of silverish beige.
Something kind of like what I'm wearing right now.
Yeah, it was nice.
Mine is called Terracotta. It's by Sally Hansen, but I call it rose gold.
And I have a yarn advent calendar from Opal, and I have them in my lap. So I've only opened the first 2 because the advent calendar's not at home; it's at work. It's too big a box to
bring into the house without Daddy really noticing.
Really. And now I have 2 boxes, so now we can make advent calendars for each other without necessarily buying the Opal. It's difficult to get the Opal advent calendar. I ordered it I think the end of September through an Etsy seller, and it took until almost Thanksgiving to get the box. So it's very difficult, shipping from Europe, and she happened to be in Great Britain, and she wanted to do it inexpensively, and I totally understand, but we also didn't have any tracking on the box, so we had no idea. Although it was supposed to take long, we didn't know exactly how long it was going to take. So anyway, this was my first day.
That's super cute.
Isn't that cute? And I've decided I'm going to use it to crochet around the buttonholes on my robe.
Oh, nice. That'll
because
be festive.
they're not there, and I don't see any colorway number on these things. And this is day number 2.
Can I compare the two to see?
And I've used day number 2 as waist yarn to mark where the heel's going to go in my sock, blank sock. And so this is how far I've gotten in my sock, blank sock. And we'll
have to see, but the only difference in the labels thus far is this has an elf dude on it, and this has a penguin on it.
Oh, that's not very helpful.
So
anyway, I've got the blue in
penguin
right there.
That's really pretty.
It's very pretty. And I know that some people are making, KT from Inside 23 has a different yarn advent calendar. She has it from an independent dyer on Etsy. Katie somebody, and I wish I could remember her last name. I did look it up, but of course it was sold out. It was no longer available. But her yarns look really good. So we will put a link to Inside 23, and then you can look up
the indie dyer, that is
KT's blog. Show notes would be the word on what she was talking about. I believe it's in her Vlogmas, and it may be day 1, day 2. Obviously, she's opening them every day, so I think it's her Vlogmas that she's doing. Anyway, and hers come wrapped in red paper, and they're longer.
Fun.
Mine are behind doors, and so it's this big octagonal box.
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
And then you poke open each door, and you pull out these little skeins. They are
so cute.
So cute.
They're 15 grams, which is about 63 meters, I think I read.
Something like that.
And
they're sock wool.
Yeah, they're sock weight, so they could be heels and toes.
Yes,
so.
I've used them before as heels and toes, but I think they could also just be crazy socks.
You could use a few of them for crazy socks, yes.
And since I have a lot of last year still,
yeah,
I could just go crazy with crazy socks.
Yeah.
So anyway, part of the issue is that I'm never quite sure what to do with them, but I do.
We enjoy minis. One of these days, I'll show you my mini collection, which I currently. Well, I think I need to get a. I need to look.
I'm looking at it right across the way.
I kind of have it displayed because it's really pretty. I have one that's all. I have two. I guess they're
huge brandy snifters.
Yeah.
They're huge. Like this big.
Yeah, they're quite large. I got them for like 50 cents each at a
dollar
yard sale.
store.
No, yard sale.
Oh,
those were at a yard sale. And I have one of them full of some Nerd Girl yarns minis from a mini swap we did a while back, and then another one is full of just ends, so I can just pull from that when I need, some waist yarn or something like that. Or like when my friend Janine came to stay with me in October, she loves minis, so she goes, "Can I have some?" So she took the entire snip, sat right here, and was like, "I like this, I like this, I like this." And she found some that were in like 2 bits, and she goes, "Little bit for me, big bit for Liz. Little bit for me, big bit for Liz."
Which is very generous of Janine.
Was
because
very
I
generous.
could see her just taking what she wanted, but
because of course they're beautiful colors, and she's very much
knitter,
and she's very much a magpie.
Yes.
I love her dearly.
Like I am.
Yes.
Yes.
That is why we all get along.
The sparkly.
Yes.
The sparkly.
But I have that, and then I also have a octagonal, what used to have little candies in it from Belize. That's over there.
I see.
With some more minis in it. But I think I want to get a tall, cylindrical vase.
Oh, kind of like what Lauren had on tables for her wedding that we filled up with stuff?
Laura?
Laura.
Yes. Yes, I know. And that's what, Aunt Mary and Laura said, oh, that's what you should have put on the list is, what you were looking for. And I was like, I didn't remember you doing that. I didn't remember that that's what they had done for the wedding because I was in charge of other parts of decorating for the wedding.
Yes.
This was also 3.5 years ago.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
But yeah, one day I will, once that gets a little bit more organized, I will show you that. Because I like having them out because they're pretty. Also because when you're sitting here knitting and you just need a scrap of yarn, it's much easier to go and grab something than to, try and root around and find something.
Well, and to measure and then to skein the minis. So, if they're all done, that's great. Yeah. I often, if I'm involved in a swap, will just pick up some of the opals that I've got and send them along because in the U.S., we don't often see opal yarn as a choice in our yarn stores. And the people that I listen to on podcasts from Europe, well, from England particularly, but also some of the people that are in the Harry Potter group that are from Germany, talk about the opal yarn. Mm-hmm. I have to say I didn't see it when I was in Frankfurt 2 years ago. But that may be that I didn't know what I was looking for. Yes.
Probably. I thought it was 3. Last year was Costa Rica. A year before that was India.
No, it was Frankfurt.
Frankfurt and then India?
I'll have to think. Yes.
Oh, okay.
So, I really like the fact that I'm getting them. So I have to think about whether or not I want to order. Because Love Knitting, that loveknitting.com is a company where I went online and I could have ordered, and we might still be able to order. I don't see the point. A Paintbox Advent yarn calendar.
Yeah.
Paintbox looks to me like another indie dyer or small dyer. And it's exciting. It's just fun to see what's behind the door.
Advent calendars are fun.
Yes, they are. And in fact, when we were in Frankfurt, we went to visit the J. Walter Thompson Advertising Company in Frankfurt, and they had used Advent as a way to advertise Kit Kats. They made a special Kit Kat bar that had 25 little sections, and it was numbered, I believe, 1 through 25, and so you could have a piece of a Kit Kat every day of Advent.
That's so great.
It went gangbusters. They sold out. It was a wonderful advertisement. So the Advent calendars truly a lot of people find fascinating.
I find they're more specific to Europe and England than America. They seem to be more widespread or known widespread.
Probably. I can remember as a kid, though, having the Advent calendars where you open the little door and there's a picture behind it. Then, when you were a kid, I had the one where there were little tiny Christmas tree ornaments. And
my little tiny
Christmas tree that's about
I had a dream that it was like sitting on one of my shelves of my bookcase, like out in the open right here. And I woke up and I ran out here and it wasn't here.
Oh my!
I have misplaced it since we moved when I was in college, and it makes me very upset. So this dream was like super exciting because it was it was one of those dreams that was super realistic.
Yeah.
I woke up, I ran out here, and
it may be down in the basement.
It may be in the basement. So. Maybe I'll look next week. We'll see. So yes, I had a little Christmas tree and ornaments for Advent.
Yes, and they were just really cute. And so each time, and it ended up then with a creche that you had Mary and Joseph, and then the baby Jesus.
Yes,
and an arch. And I think they also had 3 kings.
I believe it did,
and some sheep. So there were some ornaments that went on the tree, and then there were the figures for around the creche. And that was really cute. I liked it a lot.
You got a bunch when I was younger from the Met that were like stained glass.
Exactly.
Window
so
panes.
That you could put it up in front of the light, and you open them, and it showed the stained glass. And usually behind it, they had some of the pictures from the Metropolitan Museum of Art,
with some descriptions and things, which was always fun.
So that was
but
nice.
that's how my friend Cassie got into them, was seeing them at the house. And then Dad has always been into the chocolate ones because, let's be real, chocolate.
It is chocolate,
So once Cassie once we were in like middle school, high school, and Cassie was coming over every week or so for Girl Scouts.
Yes.
Mom got her own chocolate one because Dad would always share a chocolate with her because he didn't really care about opening the doors. Cassie really loved the opening of the doors and finding out what the shape of the chocolate was, and so he'd, share his chocolates. So we've gotten her one of her own for the past few years. I think we have to explain that
Cassie's Jewish.
Oh yes, I'm sorry. Cassie is Jewish, so this is not something she grew up with.
She grew up only through knowing about it through us.
Yeah, so.
And just being tickled pink with them. So now we try to remember to get her an advent calendar every year. Yep. Because she just loves the opening. Who
doesn't? It's a little present every day, which is lovely.
It really is.
And so this also started about a month ago when we started looking for advent calendars, or I started looking for advent calendars.
We're very busy looking for advent calendars. Because of Liberty.
Yes, because we saw the Liberty one.
And I saw someplace here we could have gotten it.
But the thing is, I'd be worried about. So the Liberty of London is a department store in London.
Yes.
Very famous.
Very nice stuff.
Very nice. Very
They have
high-end.
Rowan yarn.
They do. They have Rowan yarn.
Great fabric.
They have a whole little cross stitch section as well. They have a purse boutique. They are.
I love going to Liberty.
They're amazing. They're beautiful. But they have this high-end beauty department, which then does this high-end beauty advent calendar.
Yes.
And it's highly sought after.
They say it's worth almost $600.
My only concern is that we wouldn't be able to use half of the stuff.
Because half of it's perfume.
Half of it is perfume, and not that we are adverse to smelling good.
No.
We just can't.
Allergies.
We get sick from overly perfumed things and from general perfume, and it's just no good.
I used to be able to wear perfume. I used to wear opium every day. Red opium. I used to love wearing perfume. And then as my allergies got worse, I had to stop. But, so it's not that we are on a campaign against perfume for anybody but ourselves.
It just makes us sick, so we can't do it. But that's that. And also just the high-end stuff isn't always the best for us. In terms of skin and coconut.
It would be good if we could see it before we bought it, which I think if you're at Liberty, they will have brands that are normally on their shelves and that we could have tried. Unlike with yarn, where neither one of us are sensitive to yarn so that we can pick it up and snuggle it and everything else. I'm really excited the fact that I've gotten this far on the sock.
Yeah, me too.
So, advent calendars, thumbs up. Thumbs up.
We started looking at them because we saw the Liberty one.
Yes.
And then I was like, well, I want a wine one. Found one.
Right.
It's in England. It's an England only buy. I was very frustrated until last night. I found one that's a 12 Days of Christmas one.
Not bad.
I'm really tempted to order it. It's slightly pricey. I'm still tempted.
How much?
$129.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I know.
Is this a bottle?
It's a glass of wine. It's a 100 milliliter vial.
Good
12
Lord.
of them, yeah. I know. I have to look into it more.
Really good ones?
Apparently, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. We'll see.
Does Ben drink
He
wine?
Does.
Well, that might be something.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, well.
We'll see.
It's the excitement of opening the doors.
Yeah,
Most definitely.
I've decided that when Ben is no longer in school,
We're
I'm
buying all the advent calendars.
I'm giving him the whiskey one because it would be dangerous while he's still in school and has finals during it.
Yes,
but not that he's an alcoholic or anything. It's just that they're supposed to be very good whiskeys that are included, and I mean, I would totally partake in it as well, but I
don't advocate giving it during finals.
No. So
the professor and me would be appalled.
I know, which is why I did not do it.
Appalled.
But
we're not going there. The point is to help everyone graduate, everyone do well.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
So that was my big exciting thing from earlier. You have so much further to go.
Well, look at this. I'm going to have a knee sock.
Look at that.
So what I'm showing you is that to get to my heel, I've only used... I'm tangled up in my other thing. So I've only used that much of my sock blank to get to this far. So I might be able to make more socks than just one pair.
Maybe, yeah.
Because I do think good socks don't have to be all the way up my leg.
No.
I can just make them so that they're double the size. So now we're going to come up with a cuff at the end. So I still love them. And, those sock blanks that I bought last week, I'll be using them to block these socks. So I'm very happy with that.
Your sock blockers, you mean?
My sock blockers. What did I say?
You said sock blank.
Oh,
You were very excited about your sock blank.
Sorry.
But as we're moving on to things we're working on,
yes,
I'm going to move on to things we finished.
I love it.
It's the owlet.
Have any of you ever heard of an owlet?
It's from Ali Brosh's Hyperbole and a Half webcomic. It's to teach proper grammar.
Ah.
But, as I said before, the boyfriend and I use it just to be silly. But he's got little feetsies and horns and eyes. And if you remember, I was only here last week.
You worked like a son of a gun on that.
I did. So I'm really proud of myself. I finished it. So
that is
it's gonna get
cute. She has a cat, a stuffed cat.
I do.
That she's had since she was, I think, 18 months old.
Probably.
No, almost 2. Probably almost 2. And I got it at Lord & Taylor's. And it was a chocolate seal point.
She's chocolate.
Siamese.
She's chocolate.
I think actually it was a chocolate Siamese. And she named her Chocolate, and Chocolate is in it was in the bed linens back at the house. I made sure that he didn't get painted.
Good.
Yes.
Good. I'm glad she didn't get painted. That would be bad.
And so now the bed is going to be reattached to the wall. Elizabeth and I and her dad made a Murphy bed for her room so that she could have a desk and a bed.
Yep.
And so we're going to either reattach it tonight or tomorrow night or something like that.
Good
so
plan.
There's still a bed in the room. And then for my Christmas present, I've been told I could order a desk. And it's like, I'm believing in whimsy. That if you can't have whimsy at this point in your life, when are you going to really start enjoying things? So we've got this,
Obviously never.
In the kitchen, we got rid of his light that his mother had over the kitchen table, and I have what looks to me like 2 pieces of Saturn.
Yeah, kind of. They're like
with halogen bulbs in them, and my husband
They're
whimsical. And my desk is going to be whimsical, too. It's a mid-century modern desk, and it's called the...
protractor.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. I was looking for that. I was going to call it a parallelogram, and that wasn't quite right.
No.
I'm having trouble with P's.
It's okay.
Yes. So it is a protractor desk. So if you look up protractor desk, you'll see exactly the desk that I'm getting. Or
a similar one.
Oh, yeah, it should be. The original was made by an Italian furniture maker, 1950, 1955, something like that. And I think it's a work of art. And I have had traditional desks in the past, and then I bought myself a glass desk, which my husband has now appropriated.
That was a fun conversation when we moved.
My desk. So he has my desk, and I now got a
brand new one.
A brand new desk that, I think there's a theory that if you surround yourself with architecture and things that bespeak innovation and creativity, that it will help you think about things in a much more creative and innovative fashion. And since I teach management of innovation, and at the moment am kind of working up the parameters of a creativity and innovation class, I'm supposed to be writing research stuff that's innovative. I thought it kind of spoke to me. So the plan, the desk is ordered. It has not been
Shipped.
It has not started to be shipped, but then I ordered it on a Sunday. What could I expect?
She ordered it this morning.
Yes, before church. Before church. On the ride to church, my husband said, you might as well go ahead and order that desk. It'll be your Christmas present. We can put a bow on it. And I said, that desk? He says, yes, that desk. Because apparently he couldn't find a less expensive version than I could, which is fine. So we ended up at church really early because we had gone over to where the county was taking...
oh, God, you did the recyclable thing
yes,
again?
Batteries, paint.
My father loves this day.
He loves it.
He loves this day. He stores things for months for this day.
Yes, we had batteries for a year for this. So anyway, but there was no line. We were expecting a line, so we got there really early.
Because there have been lines in the past.
Yes. So we got to church early. So I was not abrogating any kind of rules of church. I very quickly looked it up, found that there were still some left, and I ordered it using PayPal this morning.
You should see the amount of leg lifting and doodading that's happening over here. She's like a 4-year-old who can't reach the ground.
Yeah,
even though she can reach the ground here on my couch.
Yes.
Just putting that out there. She's like a 4-year-old who is too hyped up on sugar. That's how excited about this desk she is.
So I want to make my study so that it is really inviting and really approachable, because quite frankly, if you have to go and write 5 pages tonight, that's a lot of downward pressure on yourself. So it would be nice to have something where you go in and you smile when you look at the desk. And I didn't want a lot of drawers. The thing has 5 drawers, so I have places to put notebooks. I have places to put odds and ends and whatever. I can hide some yarn in there, but I think I want to keep it mostly academic.
And then you have the bookcases.
Oh, I tend to have walls of bookshelves. I do want to bring my
eventually.
Yarn upstairs and unpack it so that I really can find everything, because I haven't. Well, I think I've taken pictures of most everything. When I went through my stash, I found there were things that were named but would have no picture. Not very helpful on my part.
No.
But not many. And then there were some that have no location. So I have no idea where they are. So I'm thinking that
we'll
we
have
could
to do inventory.
Lace, and then light fingering, sport, DK, and go to chunky over here.
Okay.
So whatever that spread is. In addition to preps fabric and books. So, and that way I can put the research that I'm working on a shelf so it's not on the desk, because otherwise I end up working in this space like this. Speaking of which, at the end of the semester I have to clean my desk off again, because you
have encroached on yourself enough that you cannot use your desk anymore?
That's true. So either
this might be Elizabeth comes in and helps you on a weekend?
Maybe. We'll see.
Okay.
Or it means that I really do have to start writing the articles of the things that I've
collected all the research for
on my desk. Yes, absolutely.
That might
so
be
that's a possibility.
So what else? So that was all a tangent from the Owlet that I finished, which is for the boyfriend. So the boyfriend will be getting that this week. Hopefully, I need to figure out how to ship it to him.
Yeah.
Maybe I will send it home with you, and you can bring it to the post office tomorrow.
I have a doctor's appointment in the morning.
I can't get to the post office until Wednesday. So if you
I could go tomorrow night when it's open.
Right.
I mean, I can just put it in. Yes, that's fine.
Well, I mean, you would have to go inside. I can give you money to do the doodad.
I'm just going to do the machine.
Right, that's what I mean.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Okay.
Okay.
We have figured it out.
We have, yes. So, my robe was
finished it, and then she got angry at the edging.
I didn't like the edging around the bottom, so I took it out. So, I now have, this is where I am at, and this is where I have to go, which really is a small piece, believe it or not, compared to all
the entirety of the rest of it
that I've done.
Yes.
Yes, and it's all tied upon itself. What I'll do is I'll stand up and I'll put it on so I can show people what it looks like.
Mm.
And then we could.
Are you going to lose stitches over here?
Just wait a minute. No, the answer's no.
Okay.
Because I will rearrange this and wrap it around.
I don't want you to lose stitches.
It'll be okay. I've already ripped it out once. I can resurrect it again. Okay, so you keep them occupied.
Okay. Well then, so while she tries that on, I can show you that I finished, and she's in the light. That's okay. I finished the Gilmore Girls cowl, MKAL. I know. So if you remember from last week, it was kind of bunched up, and it opened up a whole lot. So let me take my shawl off, and I can show you. So there's multiple ways you can wear it. You can wear it, you know, kind of like a shrug over the shoulder. You can wear it with the point down in the back, and then just in front. You can wear it doubled up. You can wear it with the point in front doubled up.
I like the orange.
Yeah, the orange is really, I wasn't sure how I was going to like the orange in with all of the other colors because it's so much brighter. But I like the juxtaposition of it, especially because the color right across the cowl from it is the purple. And I'm really enjoying purple. And so I do have all of the ends to weave in, but I am really happy with it. And it was a wonderful pattern. And I think I might make another one, but like make it only 2 color. So make it with like a multicolor and a solid or something like that. Because I did, as I said previously, make a few reading errors in the pattern, but that really didn't change the outcome. But I really, enjoy it, and I think it'll be great for those neutral kind of outfits where I'm wearing all gray.
I like it.
Or something. So, yeah.
Okay, so here we go.
Oh, my goodness. She's standing on the couch again.
Yes.
So
I have buttonholes in this. This is the collar. It's a very large collar. Almost, it could be a hood.
It could.
Almost. Like a Little Red Riding Hood. It does then add extra warmth up the shoulders. And I have the buttonholes in, as you can see. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use
the little opal.
Okay, don't
hand
fall
me
over.
the opal.
There, that opal to crochet around the buttonholes. And I'm also going to have a grosgrain ribbon that I'm sewing down on the inside to add extra support for the buttonholes and the buttons, which is why I took the buttons off.
They just weren't supported enough.
Hopefully next week I can show you the buttons on the robe. Anyway, you obviously see it is way past my knee.
If I bring it down, you can see.
In the front. And I'm almost touching the ground in the back.
Almost.
I'm not going to block it so it gets any longer. But this is decidedly my television watching coat.
Yes.
Indoor coat. Because the house that we have, I'm not going to be able to get down.
That's why I was offering a hand.
All right. There we go.
There we go. Butt slide.
Butt slide. I'm very good at butt sliding.
Yes.
In fact, when I go hiking and I come to a rock that I can't climb down very well, I butt slide down it. So I have butt slid down parts of the Appalachian Trail and, oh goodness, parts of Bear Mountain. I have no shame.
None.
If I can get down in a way that's not going to hurt anybody, believe me, butt sliding will be just fine. Thank you very much. So I'm very happy with it. Very, very happy with it. And I'm very happy that I took that edging off that was there because it wasn't behaving well. But I should be able to finish that this week. That be the plan. And I have already started my Christmas knitting. So I have, it hasn't gone very far.
And I'm still working on the lefty for my cousin, which I'm hoping to have done by next week. This is a marker of 10 teeth. I'm hoping to get to 29 or 30 teeth. I'm thinking 30, even though she turns to 31 this year. I'm thinking if I can get 30 or 31 out of it, I'd really like that, even though she asked for it about 2 years ago. So she won't even know why there are that many teeth, but I like knowing these things about things I've made for people. I do have an extra skein of the main color. I don't know, you can't really of the main color. So,
when we get to editing better, or learn how to edit,
or
on my part,
if we get lighting,
we can get a picture of that and insert it.
Yeah. And then, because I can edit, it just takes me a lot longer because I'm much more of a perfectionist than you are when it comes to video editing.
Yes.
So we have decided that any editing that has to happen is going to be done by her because we do not need the perfectionist that is me with the editing.
Right.
So I do have an extra skein of the main color.
Maroon.
The maroony burgundy.
Yes.
And so I can keep going until I run out of the contrast color.
Okay.
So I think that's how it's going to go. I'm going to try and power through this. I try and keep it at home just because it's 2 colors and it's just a little bit easier to work on when I'm either, video chatting with some friends or watching TV or something like that, instead of having it on the subway. Because I do have another project that I keep on the subway that I showed you last week. It's the Jimmy Bean Wool Mystery Knit-Along, the Laurel Eyes.
I love that yarn.
I do too. It's Babs Across the Universe in Yummy 2-ply.
My Miss Babs order should be coming any minute. Oh, that's dinner.
That's dinner. Hold on.
We'll have to halt. We'll start up again.
Yep.